let's do this thing. It's good to see everybody's face. Welcome. I'm sure we'll get a handful more people plugging in. Quick announcement before we start. So early bird registration for Fitme event is live. And so early bird registration goes through the month of May. I think we stop on June 1st. You can save $100 essentially registering for the Fitme event, which is September 16th through 18th in Seattle, Washington this year. It's going to be the best ever. And if you register in the next, I think, 7 days, so before May 1st, you get put in a drawing and we're giving away one of the spots to the meal prep workshop. So the meal prep workshop is on Friday. It was a special add-on. People jumped into that and got it back in the fall. You can add that on now to your event ticket, but we're going to give away one spot to somebody who has done early bird registration before May 1st. So get that done. If you're like, I'm going anyway, then do it then, because then you know you're in. Plus, you get a ticket for sure. You save $100 and you're in the drawing for the meal prep workshop. So I think that's it for announcements. We had a ton of birthdays this week. So if you are in the Facebook group, say hello to people whose birthdays were. I'm not even going to try to remember everybody because I'll miss somebody, but they're in the Facebook group. So tell them that they are loved and appreciated. I feel like as we get older, like birthdays get weird, you're like, either nobody cares or you kind of care, or it's awesome or it's not awesome. They're just not as consistent as when we were little and they were just all awesome. So tell people that you're thinking of them. So before we go into the topic, I thought we could go around, and we did this last time or a couple weeks ago, but I like this. I want to know your name and where you live and what is on the menu for dinner tonight. If you already ate it, then share it. And if you have not eaten it yet, then share it. And no matter what it is, there is no judgment. Remember, one of our values here is realness, and this is not a judgment place. So if you ate gummy bears and Easter candy for dinner, that is fine. But you get to share what it is that's on the menu for dinner tonight. So we'll go around your name, where you're from, where you live, and what is or what was on the menu for dinner tonight. Melanie, you go first.
I don't know if I'm muted or not. Am I muted?
No, you're good.
Okay. So I had a hot dog.
Okay.
I'm having zucchini bread right now.
All right. I like zucchini bread. How was the hot dog? Good? Worth it?
Awesome.
Or just average? Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. And I don't eat them very often. So we went to go get ice cream, and at this place that does ice cream sales for autism. And then the hot dogs were like basically free, but you just made a donation.
That's awesome. I love it.
So, and that was after a nice 40-minute walk. So felt like I earned it.
Yeah, heck yeah. Sometimes hot dogs are just amazing. They're like the best throwback ever. Sweet. Amy. Water on cue.
Hey. Sorry. So actually George Foreman salmon, and Dan made a spinach salad with really huge pieces of bell pepper and carrot.
Awesome. That sounds really good.
And then we'll probably have fruit salad. All the kids are melting, so I'm gonna mute again because it's super
you're
loud.
You're good. Let's go with Marlena.
Hi, I'm Marlena. I'm in New Mexico. We just finished eating. I had baked chicken breast, rice, and roasted Brussels sprouts. Pretty boring.
It sounds pretty good though. I love it. Good, solid Fitme plate. Leah, what about you? Hang on, you're still muted somehow. Hold on. There you go.
Yeah, I did my camera, not my other thing. We went to the lake this weekend, so we have leftover pork loin, and then I have some mushrooms maybe I need to cook with maybe some onions or something. I have some leftover rice. It's kind of thrown together, whatever's in the fridge, but I do have stuff, which is good.
I like it.
Oh, and I'm Leah, and I'm from Northern California.
Everett, I'm doing something up here right now. Okay, buddy.
Okay, let's do Victoria.
Hi, everybody. I'm Victoria.
Hey.
Hey. So my husband wants to make a steak. So we're having flank steak, green beans, and some wild rice.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, pretty good. Looking forward to it.
Woohoo. It's nice to be cooked for also.
Oh yeah, it is.
Molly.
I'm Molly. I am from Maryland, and we actually went out to dinner. We did chores all day. We went out to dinner. We split a burger with fries and a big, huge strawberry field salad with some shrimp on it.
Dang, that sounds really good. Where'd you go to eat?
You know, the one choice.
Yeah.
Yes, Brick. Yep, that's like the only place to go, pretty much.
Oh, Southern Maryland. Nikki, making something amazing.
Hi, I'm Nikki from Maryland. This is the first time I've been on this call in forever, but husband's home, so I have time for it. And now I'm put on the spot. No, I had sauteed peppers and onions with some marinated seitan, a baked potato, and roasted Brussels sprouts.
All the veggies, so good. That sounds amazing. What are you making, Nikki?
A baby quilt.
Oh, love it. Julie, you're next.
Hi, I'm Julie. I live in Oregon. We just got back from a walk, so I'm trying to eat a snack too. We're having pork chops with mashed potatoes and gravy and salad or Brussels sprouts or both. I don't know yet.
That sounds really good. Do you get bone-in pork chops or just the kind without the bone?
We get both. I don't know what my husband took out yesterday for dinner or what they are, if they have bones or not. So
yeah, I was just curious. That sounds
here,
awesome.
I'll look real fast. They're in the fridge here.
I just like to know.
We get both. These ones have bones in them.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite. So good.
So
awesome, Julie. Nice to see you. Let's go with April.
I'm April and I am in Illinois and I have no idea what we're having for dinner yet. I just finished doing all my meal prep for the week.
What did you meal prep?
I did a stir fry with brown rice and shrimp for lunches, and then my usual egg whites, sausage for breakfast. That's what's prepped, but then I add in a piece of toast and a little salad.
That's awesome. That sounds great. Good job. Well, I hope you have as good a dinner as you did a meal prep. Good work. Let's go with Paige. Paige, somehow you're muted. I don't know how, because it says you're unmuted. Try talking and let's see. Nope, can't hear you. All right, I'm gonna come back to you. Let's do Tara. Tara, you came in late. We're just saying name and where you live and what you had or are having for dinner tonight.
Hi, I'm Tara. I live in Kentucky. I had chicken and rice and some raw veggies, and I'm choking. I tasted the egg bake I made because I just was wrapping up some food prep and I tasted it. I didn't season it enough, but then I inhaled some and it's just like, can't get it up.
Choking you right now when I said your name.
Yep.
That it was your time to talk.
Yep.
Awesome.
I
Brittany.
think I'm ready now, Christy.
Oh yeah, you're good, Paige. Now I can hear you.
Yeah, it's my AirPods. I can't figure out when I have them in how to work this. So I'm Paige Doty. I'm from Lake Stevens, Washington. This is so awesome that you're asking me this question today. We just bought a bottle, like one of those Blackstone grills.
Oh yeah, we have
so
one.
Tonight's dinner is steak, Yeah, I know you do. Steak, fried rice, whole bunch of veggies, and some calamari steak.
Oh my
If you guys
gosh.
want to see it, let me figure out if I can turn this camera around. That's way too much technology to figure that out.
You can just physically turn
Oh,
around with your
found
hand.
it.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't use Zoom very often.
Oh man. What? That looks
There you
good.
go. Bunch of veggies, some fried rice, some calamari. Yes, I'm
It's like
super hungry.
hibachi at your house. That looks awesome, Paige. So good.
Yes. Yeah, I love that.
Who didn't go yet? We've got Brittany and then Nicole.
My husband and I had a day date and we went to the car show in Old Town Leonardtown. I'm from Maryland. So then we went to the pub and we shared wings and fried pickles.
Oh my gosh. Yum. The pub has the best wings ever.
So we split the sweet and sassy and the McRae wings. So we had like the sweet and the spicy, like the hot. Oh my gosh, it was so good. That is. I'm a little sad I didn't see Brooke there because every other time I've gone I see Brooke there.
Oh man, that is a solid date choice. Really solid. Awesome. Yeah. And then I think Nicole, you're last.
Evening, everyone. I'm Nicole Hall. I'm from Southern Maryland. I had for dinner, I had a lemon pepper turkey chops that I made and sauteed Brussels sprouts and broccoli with some garlic and cantaloupe for my carb.
That sounds amazing. What do you mean by turkey chops?
So it's basically just a cross cut of the turkey breast, and they call them turkey chops. Shady Brook Farms, I think, makes them. Giant sells them, but it's basically just a sliced, we'll say about a half an inch thick cross section of the turkey breast, basically, and they call it a chop.
I have never had that, or never had known that it was called
Nope. I had the same question. I was like, hold up, turkey chop? Tell me more.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find a picture of it and put it in the chat box.
Yes.
It's very lean. Basically, it's very lean. It cooks quick. So literally, I just seasoned it up with some lemon pepper. Actually, I can show you the seasoning. Lemon pepper seasoning and pan seared it with some olive oil. This is the one I use. As you can see. Really good.
Yeah, I like the where you can buy like just the breast for turkeys, kind of like a time saver and just roast that. I've done that a bunch of times. That's really good. I've never had chop. All right, and then I guess I am last. So Christy, and I live in Washington State, and I'm from the Eastern Shore of Maryland. And tonight we are actually going to use our Blackstone too. So the same thing that Paige shows, we have one, and we are cooking. So yesterday I got those like already marinated kebabs that you can get at the grocery store sometimes. So I got steak ones, and we're going to do that. And I've got the colorful carrots, and we're going to slice those like longies and roast them on there also. And then I've got some leftover rice. So that is dinner tonight. And that is what I'm going to do when we hang up. So I just love hearing a little bit about everybody, and we're going to do that, fairly regularly on our Fitme family meetings on Sunday, because it's just nice to get to connect and get inspired by each other and know each other a little bit better before we dive into the topic. And so tonight's topic is how to be better at follow through, like AKA keeping promises to yourself. This is one of the topics that we address almost immediately in Fitme because it's a part of our 7-day reset. So in the 7-day reset, we talk about making your bed as a part of the reset and why we make our bed as a part of the reset. And it's not what you would think. It's not because your room looks nicer, even though it does. And what the real reason is, it's the commitment to something small and then the follow through early in your day and in a way that you can't get out of it but it's like the keeping the little promises to yourself. So what I find for most of us is we've done, because we're social and we truly are social, we participate in all sorts of things. We have conversations, we, participate in activities, we whatever. And oftentimes we find ourselves a part of things that don't always finish, or we decide we're going to do something and then we don't do it. And sometimes it doesn't matter, but oftentimes we've practiced that for a really long time in regards to taking care of ourselves. So if you think about what I mean, like, here's what I mean. For an example, maybe you've set a resolution to do something and you do it for a couple weeks in January, and then a few more weeks roll around and it falls off, and then you don't do it anymore. And you're like, well, I tried, I did it. It seems like that would be just kind of harmless. But what happens is we end up breaking our word to ourselves, and we get in the habit of not taking ourselves very seriously. So one of the books that I really strongly recommend people read is called The 4 Agreements. And one of the parts of the 4 agreements is to be impeccable with your word, and not just, honesty and telling the truth, but also in your choosing of your words. And although we oftentimes address practical strategies, like if you attended the productivity workshop, I laid out for you strategies on follow through, how to organize your week, how to prioritize, how to create momentum when you're not feeling it. Those certainly are an important part of follow through and keeping promises to yourself. But what I want you to take with you tonight is that if you've been in the habit for a long time of saying things and not really meaning it, then it's time to stop. So for example, if you say, I am going to do something, I am going to cut back my soda from 4 a day to 2 a day, I am going to do that. We're talking about, how do we follow through? How do we keep that promise to ourselves? It's not about keeping the promise to your coach. I mean, of course, your coach is going to help you be accountable, but at the end of the day, how do you keep that promise to yourself? If it's something really hard, and for me, soda was a really hard one. That I use that example because for me, that was a big one. It was a really hard one. I made that promise to myself over and over and over again that I was going to cut back on soda. And it was just this never ending battle of not really following through. And so one of the things that I highly recommend telling you is start by keeping small promises to yourself. Really small, create small opportunities for follow through. And making your bed is just one of those. That's why it's a part of the 7-day reset, because it gives you this opportunity to say, I'm going to do something for 7 days. And there's no reason in the universe that you can't make your bed. You can. And so then you're saying, I am going to do the thing. And then you do it. You keep promises for yourself. You start to establish some integrity with yourself. At the end of the day, it's the most important type of integrity. When you say something to yourself, you're going to do it. And when you say something to yourself, you mean it, which is also why you have to guard your words carefully. When we say crappy things to ourselves, we have to put that in check. When we say that, something doesn't matter and it does, we have to put that in check. And so how do we create better follow through? We start to take ourselves in our word more seriously. And therefore, it's not that you don't get to try things. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, so for example, if you said hey, this week I would like to try to walk 10 miles. I want to walk 2 extra miles a day. That's my goal for the week. If you didn't quite make it, I'm not saying that's not the example that I'm using. I'm more saying when we directly know we are telling ourselves and we are not following through on it. We've said it and we know we can do it and we're not doing it. That's what I'm talking about. So in order to rebuild that level of trust, you have to start creating opportunities to reinforce the relationship with yourself, is what I would say. Look for opportunities in which you can say you're going to do something and then you do it and you follow through and you start to check your word. So if somebody's like, hey, will you do this thing with me? And you're like, I actually don't know if I can do it. Then the answer is, I can't commit to that right now. Or I'm going to need to think about it. I'm going to need to check my schedule. We start to really consider whether or not we want to say we're going to do something. And this is also important when it comes to goal setting. And so I think, again, we've gotten in the habit, because setting goals is such a, trendy modern thing, to do. Set a goal around this, set a goal around that, that I actually want you to think about taking your goal very seriously and choose it based off of the intention that you're serious about follow through. You mean it. You're keeping these promises to yourself. Is it going to look perfect? No. But it's not just like, I picked this and then 3 weeks in it falls off. It would be better to not make the goal at all, to not commit to doing it, to not saying that you're willing to do it when you're not. So over the past month or so, we've been talking a lot, again, around very practical strategies around organizing your week, around prioritizing, around avoiding self-sabotage, all that stuff. This one is very mindset oriented. How do we start to follow through? We have to keep small promises to ourselves. We build up that trust. We start to take our words seriously, and we make sure when we commit to something, we mean it. Does it have to be perfect? No. But I think there's been so many times over the past couple of years that people have asked me to do some weird goal or something that I would have maybe done in the past, that I intentionally say no because of this one thing. I don't want to say it if I'm not going to actually do it. I don't want to get in that habit, because that is a habit. The habit of saying things and not meaning it and not doing it is a habit that we are working on changing. It's an old habit that we want to replace with a new one of when we say something, we're following through. So I want to open this up for conversation for a couple minutes. Give me your thoughts on this topic. If this is a thing for you, and if this one particularly hits for you.
It does for me, because I always say that I'm going to walk or do something, and then I get lazy and I don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I've set a smaller goal for myself of walking just 7,500 steps.
Mm-hmm.
And because 1 30-minute walk and just walking around the house, doing everything the baby needs, is enough to get me to 7,500 steps.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then if I have to, I can just spend 10 or 15 minutes on the treadmill, and I don't have to burn myself out trying to get to 10,000 or 12,000 or whatever steps. Because it takes me about, I don't know, I think about 75 minutes to get to 10,000 steps. And sometimes I just don't have the energy to do that.
So for you, was it just kind of like the check on, you were basically saying you were going to shoot for something that was never happening, or you just didn't want to do it? And so then the solution for you was to set a different goal that you were serious about committing to, you knew you could follow through on, and so then you adjusted the goal.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. I've always had a goal of 10,000 steps, and it's just almost hard for me to get it, and unless I can walk 2 or 3 times a day. Mm-hmm. So, and then I just won't follow through to do it on my treadmill, because I prefer to walk outside. And so, yeah, I just set a smaller goal, and it's so much easier to hit.
Well, I think it's good because you set the smaller goal and you're hitting it. But I also think it's good that you're like, it's not doing me any good to have this goal of 10,000 steps when I'm not hitting it. In fact, I guarantee you're not alone there. I bet a lot of people have set a goal of 10,000 steps, and every day they look at their thing and they're like, not even close, but they didn't intend to follow through on it. And so it wasn't a real goal, but instead the reminder of never hitting it is sort of, again, reinforcing this like not follow through like habit. So I really like that.
Well, and it's
and changed it.
It's super disappointing to look at your step count and know that you're not anywhere close to 10,000 steps, and you've got to walk another 15, 20, 30 minutes to even get there. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I don't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
at 7,500 steps with the calorie goal that I have and protein goal, I can lose a half a pound to a pound a week and be happy with that. And I don't have to burn myself out for like the metabolism call. I learned a lot on that. I was able to go, okay, I definitely need this many calories and I don't have to, not eat something because it's, if I want pizza, I can have pizza.
Yes. Well, I'm just glad that you kind of like saw that for what it was. And that's kind of what I want to encourage everybody to do is see it for what it is and then make an adjustment. No guilt, just saying, I'm going to follow through on what I'm setting out to do. If you guys missed that metabolism training, I'm going to put the link in the chat box. Thanks for sharing that, Julie. Does anybody else have a thought or comment on this topic for the week?
Okay, I was meant to be on this call apparently.
Okay.
So
this is your first one back.
With the all the cancer and the cancer drugs I'm on and stuff, they are messing with my hormones big time, and I'm assimilating menopause. So no matter how hard I work and stuff, that belly's just sticking around. I'm thinning out and everything. So I was just telling Lauren on our last call that I'm learning to accept where I'm at, and that, and to love my belly and not make fun of it, and just focus on, I'm doing this to be healthy. Well, since I've started that, I've noticed I'm letting the sugar creep back in. Even though I'm saying no sugar, I'm still letting, it's almost like I've got the mindset, well, since I'm not, going to look like a supermodel, I'm going to keep eating the sugar. So I got to work on that goal and maybe fine tune it a little to something more specific, like no candy for now, and then work from there or something.
Mm-hmm. I like that honesty around that, Nikki. And it makes me think that probably everybody should do a little check this week into what the goals are that they set with their coach. Like, what are the habits that are in your app? What are the things that you said? So if Nikki said like no sugar, but she kind of like changed that in her mind, but she really actually wants to do it, then it's sort of this, like, I've got to have this follow through conversation. If this is what I want to do, and I said I'm going to do it, then that's what I'm going to do. So if you guys have been seeing like reoccurring notifications of hit 2 Fitme plates, or walk 10,000 steps, or drink your water day after day after day, because that was what you said that was the goal, but you're not hitting it, then it's time to make an adjustment. Because I would much rather you create something that you can do, keep that promise to yourself. Again, is it going to look perfect every day? No. But if it's 90% of the time not happening, then it's okay. You can readjust it, right? The goal was too high, but the repercussion isn't missing the goal. It's that not following through. That's the problem. It's that those words, the words that are the problem. So I'm really glad that you shared that, Nikki. Thank you.
And I've been hiding from my tracker because of that. So that's why I know I needed to like maybe work on no candy and then work my way up from there. So
yes, I had somebody who, when they who I coached probably 2 years ago, and on the tracker back then, it used to say like no processed junk or something. Exactly in those words was like on the tracker, or maybe like no sugar or something like that at that point. And she told me, she was like, this is hard for me because it makes me want to have more candy for some reason. And she's like, can it say just one piece of candy per day? Because I can commit to that. And I was like, 100% yes, let's change it to that. And so it was as simple as changing it, but then it created a different level of integrity, not only between herself and the tracker, but between me and her, right? Like essentially we now had an understanding of what was going to work for her and what she was willing to commit to. And we adjusted our expectations based off of that. And it worked significantly better for her. Julie put in the chat that she wasn't hitting her water goal of a gallon a day either. So Tabby and I said a lower one of 75 ounces. It's been easier to hit. And I've actually been drinking more than 75 ounces. It's weird how that change worked on your mind. Yes, 100%. Really, really good. Well, guys, what I want you to do, your target for the week, and I hope that everybody catches the replay of this because this is really important. I want you to put a sanity check on the goals that you have set for yourself and the things that you've said that you're going to follow through on. And if they are not happening most of the time, it's time to readjust and commit to actually what you are willing to follow through on. Readjust the goal and make that commitment to yourself first, which is the most important one, and then share that commitment with your coach. This is a commitment to yourself that you share with your coach for accountability. And your coach helps hold you accountable and can help you troubleshoot and can help you like think about all of the different things that you need to think about. But at the end of the day, this is between you and you. And every single day getting reminders of goals or things that you said that you probably were going to do, but you're not going to do isn't helping you. And so let's everybody do a sanity check on that and make adjustments accordingly. And then we want to go the other way around. We want you to be hitting and following through 80% of the time or more. And if you're doing that, then you're in a good place. And if you really want to shoot higher, shoot for 90%, not perfect, but most of the time. Any questions before we wrap up? Leah is chopping those mushrooms. I love mushrooms, but my people don't love them, so I don't get to cook them that much. All right, guys. So have a fantastic week. Don't forget about early bird registration. Get that done for Fitme weekend, September 16th through 18th. Reach out if you guys need anything. Next week call is pre-recorded because I'm traveling to this really funny thing. I can't believe I'm going to. This is the first time I'm traveling not for a coaching conference or not for a certification or education or speaking or something like that. This is a Christy pushing herself outside of her comfort zone travel trip. I'm going to something called Guns and Geese, and I'm traveling to New Orleans to do jujitsu and shoot guns all weekend, which is really crazy because I haven't shot a gun since I was in the Navy, which was over a decade ago. And I'm going to be doing jujitsu with strangers. So that'll be a very crazy adventure. And I'm going to New Orleans. So next week's call will be pre-recorded because of that, and wish me luck because I'm actually kind of nervous. So.
Gumbo, yes.
Yes.
Delicious.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some Cajun food for sure. All right, guys, have a wonderful week. I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.